sit there.
I'll sit there. You can sit here.
Yes, you sit on that seat. This one here.
We casually talk about it now over late lunch with the Health Cabinet Secretary James Macharia and his wife Pamela Chanda.
Too much travel.
Yeah.
You know, you go for 10 days.
10 days, 12 days.
But 18 months ago, when the top financial services expert lost 8 kilos, it wasn't such a casual matter.
So I went through a full medical.
Yes.
I told my doctor, you know, do proper everything, including cancer. Cancer, check, you know, colonoscopy, all those things.
Yeah.
I went through that just to make sure I wasn't sick.
We were somehow comforted that he was not sick. Yes, it was just a transition that he was going through. Yes, yes.
He was among the first group of professionals to take up ministerial posts. The transition from the corporate world to the murky waters that is politics in Kenya proved challenging for him.
The way you manage it is when you come very stressed. You don't want to stress your family, right? So you go sit on that seat of that end for 10 minutes, you know. I don't want to be disturbed for 10, 15 minutes. Then you transit from the office to home. Because you come and then your head is boiling.
Yeah.
But if you sit there for 10, 15 minutes, have a drink, then you get back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
On the 15th of May 2013, 55-year-old James Wainaina Macharia took the oath of office as Cabinet Secretary for Health.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm very grateful and deeply honored to be given this opportunity.
Plunging him from a quiet career at a corner office at NIC Bank, where he was managing director, into a stormy career as a public servant. We look back in time with him as 2014 draws to a close.
It has been a dramatic evolution, especially the first 6 months. The first 6 months, a lot of things happened. There were issues about devolution for the first time, being the most devolved ministry. The issues about health workers and doctors, you know, raising issues about their human resource management.
Yeah.
So yes, baptism of fire, the first 6 months.
What was your motivation? Because of course it had nothing to do with the money. You were getting a pay cut.
Certainly if it was money, I would not be here.
Yeah.
And in fact, during the vetting, the MPs really hammered me on this one. They really wanted to know how can you leave a job of so many millions, you come here, 80% salary cut and so forth.
Yeah.
You have to also to reflect and say, in your lifetime, there are things which do not come every day, like this one. If you are one among the 18 cabinet secretaries, it will never happen again. And so you might as well take the chance and do it. Secondly, if there is some personal satisfaction that you made a difference, you saved lives by doing some of the things which I told you we are doing, then you reflect and say it was worth doing it.
You're moving from banking to a sector where you will be in charge of matters life and death. You're not a doctor. You have not had any experience. Were you afraid you won't be able to get it quickly enough?
I got comfort because His Excellency the President was very forthright. He said, I'm not looking for a doctor. I think just in case I have the same concern which you are raising. He wanted somebody to sort out the management issues. And that's what I was trained in. In terms of adapting with doctors and other health workers, I knew it would come. And now I can tell you I understand a lot. I was even joking because some people think I'm a doctor. Yeah? Yes. They call me Dr. Macharia, which I'm not. So, but I don't mind when they do call me a doctor.
Very good. The rest we can do at home.
Okay.
You can. Thank you.
Thank you.
With fresh air, a lush garden and more banter outside his Runda home, James Macharia indulges us. Have you gotten used to all this by the...
Used to?
the cameras. Taking us through a snapshot of his 30 years dealing with money, quite a career that saw him work in London, Kenya, Zambia and Tanzania before eventually returning home to add up the numbers at NIC Bank.
Because I was used to good results, I came back and I said, look, this bank, which until then was very conservative, I said I had to do something to open up the bank, and did some strategy, and my directors, my chairman accepted the strategy, and the bank grew a lot. You know, when I joined, it was making profits of about 350 million per year. When I was leaving, it was about 5 billion per year. So I think that was one of the things which I think the president and the deputy actually saw, and they said, look, they want somebody who can achieve results.
How has your life changed since you left the private sector? Now you're in government.
The fact that you're always on call. Some things you used to do, like playing golf, you can't. You can't be relaxed anymore. I used to play golf on Sunday morning. Now if you play, you have to carry your phone with you. It's not allowed on the golf course. So you pack your bags for some time, and you wait until you do your tour of duty, and then move on.
What do you have in store for next year?
Job-wise, I have to finish the flagship projects which we have committed to the president. You know, equipping our hospitals, you know, making sure we got free maternities working, saving lives as a result of that, you know, putting IT system to our referral hospitals and all dispensaries and health centers across the country. That must be done, because otherwise I will not consider myself successful if that's not done. I have to make sure that at the end of the day, people will be saying, Macharia came. Initially, they thought, being a non-doctor, that you not do it. I would like to leave that legacy.
Interestingly, James Macharia had never thought of a career in government before, let alone politics, until the president came calling.
I went for lunch with my friends from the office at the Fairview Hotel, and I got a call, which I did not recognize because I didn't know the number. Then the number came again. So this time I picked the phone. It was a secretary in State House saying the president wanted to speak to me. And so just walked up, went, and the president came on the line and said, Macharia, where are you? I said, I'm at Fairview. And he said, it's not far from State House, can you come over? After the interview, he said, you know, if you're okay with this, go back, make a small one-page summary of yourself, because you're going to announce today. Went back to the office, did a summary, went back. I didn't tell my wife because I wasn't sure I was going to be appointed. And we waited there until 6, 7 o'clock. It was announced. So my wife saw it on TV like other people.
Just tell us maybe how it was for you, finding out with the rest of Kenyans.
A friend called just when I reached the door and said, turn on the TV. So I told my daughter, and she shouted, that's Dad. He's standing next to the president. So, so it was, yes, it was a shock.
Pamela Chanda has had some adjusting to do since their appointment. The long hours especially had until now been a foreign concept, made especially difficult by the fact that their 2 children, Martin and Sandra, have both left to pursue further studies abroad.
It's been an adjustment, but also I consider it one of the ways in which I support him, by at least being there for him and understanding. Sometimes the days are very long, but it's for the good of our nation, it's for the good of our Kenyans. So,
an administrative professional for over 20 years and currently working for Save the Children, a non-governmental organization, this mother of 2 who is of Zambian descent has mastered the art of balance.
We've been married for 25 years. So I speak Swahili and Kikuyu fluently, though not on camera. Yes, yes.
What is the other side of him? Does he have a flip side?
You don't see the bad in your spouse.
Very diplomatic. Yes.
What she doesn't say is that I'm very impatient. You know, her and my daughter, usually they've learned the hard way to keep up in terms of time.
You can't afford to be late when you're going to State House, so... Yes. Well, at the end of his term, I would like to celebrate with him that he has, through his work, he will leave a lasting impact on Kenyans, that lives will be changed.
A happy, healthy medical sector. That is what James Macharia wants to see in the years to come. Evelyn Wambui for Newsmakers 2014.